UFC Addict, and we're joined by Andrew, the Gladiator Valdina. He is a 4-0 professional fighter, fights for Cage Titans. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing great, Justin. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad to have you on. So I recently just came across you because I just recently got into Cage Titans, and I seen you were one of their standout fighters. And after 2023, and you got the Pro Fight of the Year award. What was that like?
Man, it was a good way to cap off the year. Like you said, I'm one of their standout guys. I've had all my fights for Cage Titans. I just think they're a very professional organization that treats their fighters really well. And the promotion of their fighters it's kind of unlike any others, to be honest. So that's kind of why I've been at least sticking around with Cage Titans. They've been treating me really well. And this past year, 2023, was my best year, even though, to end it all, I had a few injuries and stuff that I had to deal with. And but before that, man, I had 3 great fights. It was a tough scrap in my last fight of the year with Will. Props to him. But yeah, it was a good year, and I was pumped to get that award. I wasn't expecting it at all, but I definitely am grateful for it. It was a good year.
Awesome, man. And after going 3-0 in 2023, what's your plans and goals for 2024?
2024, I some of my goals are, to stay healthy. Like I said, I had some injuries to end 2023 with a, double hernia surgery. I had some wrist issues going on and stuff, nerve damage. So finally, man, I'm feeling so healthy now. I'm getting back into my, my hard training like I was before the injuries. After taking months of really taking everything slow. So I'm not going to take that process for granted, that lesson I had to learn for granted. So I'm going to carry that with me to 24, stay healthy, hopefully, and remain undefeated.
Awesome, man. And do you have any fights scheduled right now, or are you just kind of waiting until you're all rested up and ready to go?
I almost took a fight on this next Cage Titans radio, January 27th. I was thinking about it, but I decided to wait a little longer. So I'm kind of leaning towards that March card they have. They have a March 30th Cage Titans. So hopefully I'll get a matchup then. Nothing yet, though. No matchups just yet.
Okay. And where are you spending time for your camps? Who gets you ready?
Yep. So I've been at Lausanne MMA and Mom's Basement, which is my buddy Connor Matthews' gym. It's his mom's basement, literally. And we get a lot of work over there. I get a lot of my jiu-jitsu work at Lauzon's and my sparring rounds there as well. A lot of the time I've been going to BTT Taunton, which is just marathon grappling at night on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they have really good tough guys there. And starting next week, though, I'm planning on going back to New England Cartel. My buddy, like I said, Connor Matthews, and my other main training partner, Joe Poirier, they both have been going up there consistently, but I had to kind of put it on pause because of the injuries and stuff like that. But I'm going to be heading back up there and probably stay with them until the next fight as well.
Okay. And who usually corners you on fight night?
So all my corners have always been, for the most part, Joe Lauzon, Tyler Menard. He's actually my roommate and one of my main training partners. He's a jiu-jitsu phenom. And Pete Luciani, he's my striking coach. MMA coach, too, honestly. Joe and Pete are both MMA coaches, but Pete's more the striking part.
Awesome, man. And have you always wanted to be a fighter?
Yeah. So growing up, I was, it's like that tale as old as time. The little guy gets, bullied growing up and stuff. He wants to learn to defend himself. I'm no different. That's kind of how it went. I was always the smallest kid growing up. I fight at 135. You know what I mean? So it's always been kind of just trying to stand up for myself through life and all that. And my dad put me in Taekwondo in high school. I ended up getting my black belt through that. And then I started wrestling in high school. Unfortunately, because before I wanted to be a fighter, I wanted to be an NBA superstar. But I got cut from the JV basketball tryouts at high school, so I decided to wrestle. And that was a great decision. I'm happy that happened. I fell in love with it. And then basically, long story short, Taekwondo was first, then wrestling. That led into college wrestling at Bridgewater State. And the head coach there, Frank Camisa, he corners Joe Lozon for his MMA fights. And that was like a perfect bridge to get into MMA now with Lozon MMA. So it all kind of just flooded naturally into each aspect of like MMA, you know what I mean? And I think I'm very grateful like it happened naturally like that, you know what I mean?
Right. And was Lozon's your first place ever?
Yeah, it was my first place I ever checked out. That's not true, actually. I did a seminar years ago, like before I even knew a thing or two at all, at Fighting Arts Academy in Connecticut with Nick Newell. There was a seminar taught by Tom Egan there. So that's technically the first MMA gym I went to, but Lozon's was like the first one I really wanted to commit to, the first one I actually spent more than one day at, you know what I mean? And I fell in love with it. It's a good spot.
Nice. And what age did you start the Taekwondo at?
What was that?
What age did you start Taekwondo?
I believe I started either 14 years old or 15 years old. And I got my black belt in like 3.5 years. So I think I stopped about a half a year after that as well. So I probably did it for about 4 years. And as I graduated high school, I just left it behind.
Oh, okay. And then after that, it was pretty much into the wrestling and learning mixed martial arts from there.
Yeah, it was more so like wrestling, and then I actually went to a couple boxing gyms just because I loved fighting. I loved the aspect of fighting. Like growing up, my favorite Christmas gift I ever received was the full set of Rocky movies, and ever since that day, I was just always punching my dad. I was always trying to, you know what I mean? So that's how I fell in love with it. But yeah, then it was strictly into wrestling, and I went to a boxing gym here and there just to do something with like more of a fighting aspect. You know what I mean?
Right. Gotcha. And what's your current what's your daily schedule like as far as training goes?
So like an average week, I would say I'm getting Sunday open mat rolls and like Sunday like open mat pad sessions at mom's basement. And the rest of the Sunday I have off after that. Monday, well, as I said, this schedule might change as I add New England Cartel next week. But what it's been kind of like is Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings, I'm at Lozon for jiu-jitsu and wrestling rounds. And then Tuesday, Thursday mornings, I'm getting my strength conditioning in at Skill of Strength in Chelmsford. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights, I bounce between either going back to Lozon MMA for like either like striking drills with some of my teammates, or I was doing gi for a little bit. But I think I'm more so going to go to Mom's Basement for Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights now and get more pad sessions in. And then Tuesday, Thursday nights, I'm sorry, it's a lot. Tuesday, Thursday nights, I also get pad sessions in and like drilling, MMA style drilling at Mom's Basement with usually mainly like Joe Poirier, Connor Matthews, Carlos Ozoya, Pete Luciani's instructing it. And then Saturdays is their sparring day where I bounce either going to New England Cartel for rounds or I'm at Lozon MMA for rounds.
Wow.
I know it's kind of a lot that I had to just chunk out right there, but I hope you followed along a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, that's awesome, man. That's what I was looking for. And do you have anybody that helps you out with your nutrition?
To be honest, that's like the one department I still need to hit the checkbox on. But my cousin, Jack Gaylor, he's one of the head coaches of New Mexico Highlands Wrestling, and it's like a D2 wrestling school out in New Mexico. And he either majored or minored in nutrition. So during my college wrestling season, he would write me big meal plans, and I kind of like emulate a lot of the things that he gave me from that collegiate wrestling meal plan to like what I'm doing for fighting still. But that's still years ago. It's kind of like how I do it now. I don't have any like legitimate guy that I'm paying right now just yet, but that is definitely next on the list. I need one.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had like maybe a Trifecta or anybody like that helping you out.
I have some sponsors that honestly they've been offering to make me some meal plans ahead of like the fight camps and stuff. Bono Appetit Meal Prep. If I could give them a shameless plug real quick, everybody go check them out on Instagram. They're hard workers and they definitely have like good quality meals too.
Awesome, man. And what do you?
Had to shout it out.
No worries. What do you walk around at usually?
The heaviest I usually get, I've seen 160 a couple times. 57 is like usually the heaviest though, and then I walk around like anywhere between like 50 to 54, 50, 54.
Awesome, man. And when you're not fighting, you have any hobbies or anything you like to do?
Um, Man, that's a tough one because it's kind of a year-round gig I'm doing here. But
Right.
I do like going for like little like hiking trails and stuff like that. I love video games. I'm a big nerd there. I'm a big nerd of like the whole Marvel movie thing going on. You know what I mean? So I'm a big like nerd in like the pop culture stuff. But I like to go on like walks outside and stuff, nature walks.
And if you had to say, like, what's your top five favorite movies and shows?
Movies and shows.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with number one movie, Cinderella Man. I hope you've seen it with Russell Crowe. It's unreal. Um, Man, you're putting me on the spot here. Django could be number two. I love Django. Um, I can't pick a specific Rocky. No, let's go Rocky 4 as in the number three spot. Man, killing me, Smalls. Let's go. Let's go. Meet the Fockers. That's recency bias. I just watched it again, but like Meet the Fockers is so damn funny. I'm throwing it in the four spot, and then
Awesome.
five. I'll throw a show. Breaking Bad can make the list.
All right. Awesome. I like it.
I like your setup. I like all the what you got on the walls and stuff.
I appreciate it, man. I actually got kind of hard to see, but I actually got Joe right there.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I met him at. Geez, I don't even think they do it anymore. When I was like 14, I met him at a Dragon tournament in Fareham, Massachusetts, and that was
Shit.
like right after he knocked out Jens Pulver. So
Oh man, that's what he was, superstar status.
yeah. And how'd you get the nickname Gladiator?
So in high school, to get ready for the wrestling seasons, I ran cross country as well. And there was just one kid on my cross country team that's where I met him, as a cross country. It's a fall sport. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm a gladiator. We're gladiators." I'm like, "All right, dude, sub it down one. Like, what are you saying here?" And then I see that he also wrestles, because that's a winter sport, falls cross country. And I'm like, "Oh shit, this kid's actually a savage and he's a badass. Like, he is a gladiator." So he kind of like, I kind of ran with it through high school with him too, like gladiator. You know what I mean? And that's how it kind of stuck.
That's awesome, man. Are you going to be attending the next Cage Titans?
I'll be commentating the next Cage Titans, actually. Yeah.
Oh, no shit. That's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
a good card. It's a good card.
Will
you be there?
Saturday. Yes.
Let's
I got
go.
a better
Let's go.
ticket.
There's some spicy fights going on right now.
Yeah, last time I sat in like the balcony area for my first one, but this time I got a floor seat, so happy about that.
The floors, every seat's there's no bad seat in Plymouth Memorial Hall, to be honest with you, as you know. But
Yeah.
the floor seats is like a whole new experience, though.
And how did you feel the first time you ever fought at the Memorial Hall? The last time I went there, that was my first time ever going. So,
Dude, I hope you must have had a blast, right?
yeah, honestly, the energy, everything. Like, I even like the cage. Like, I feel like the smaller cage made for more action-packed fights.
100,000%. But yeah, it's literally a coliseum. It's like no other. I love that place. Did you ask like how did I feel my first time fighting for them?
Yeah, how'd you feel the first time walking out?
I loved it. But my first appearance for Cage Titans was like my most like disliked appearance, just because I wasn't fighting in the right mentality. I kind of wanted to knock the kid out in front of everybody I knew and stuff, instead of taking this as a serious sport after. But regardless, I had the time of my life. As I always do, but I just showed it a little bit too much in my first fight. But I definitely loved it. I love the how everyone's just on top of you, kind of in that Coliseum style atmosphere. And the only thing that anybody can do, it's not like a casino. You're gambling. It's not like you're getting food. Like everything. The only thing people can do is watch the fight. It's sick. So I love that. I love that place. Those are always going to give me the best nights of my life, for real.
Yes, sir. And other than waiting for that call from Dana, are you trying to stay in Cage Titans and fight for them, or are you looking at other promotions as well?
Yeah, so even though I fought for Cage Titans my entire career, it really is only because I just enjoy like the way they promote their fighters. I enjoy the way they treated me and stuff, and not even like business wise, like, you know, personal wise. They're really like good to their fighters. And having said that, though, I'm definitely never opposed to a different organization. Combat FC, I've really been looking at them too because you know, I'm actually not from around the area of Cage Titans, even though that's where I spend most of my time. I'm from Drake, Massachusetts, which is North Shore. And
Oh,
man, Combat FC's in Wilmington. I feel like I could sell that Mama Jama, man. That would be a nutty atmosphere if I fought for them. But and I just think they actually have a really professional organization as well. Like I've enjoyed their shows. They have great walkouts. I feel like they're improving every time they put on a show. And to give another quick shout, Combat Zone is unreal as well. Not to Yeah, Combat Zone is unreal. And they're going to SNHU for this next one. Calvin is a great guy too, and he's a professional to a T. My buddy Joe Poirier is actually planning on fighting for them, so I'll be there. But yeah, definitely not opposed. Long story short, I'm not opposed.
awesome, man. How would you rank the promotions, like, if you were to put, the New England promotions, like, 1 to 5?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna opt out of that one. I'm gonna play it smart right now as a businessman. I'm gonna opt out of that one.
Fair enough. And you think your goal for the bantamweight division in Cage Titans is to go for the championship eventually?
You know, I feel like it's so easy to get like gold crazy. You know what I mean? Like as soon as like you get a good streak going, like I have, or any fighter has, it's definitely not like it has to be a thought in their back, their heads, like, oh, we could go for gold right now. We could do this, you know? And that's kind of how I went in my Miami career. I got a little streak going in my Miami career. I started calling out for the belt and all this stuff, and I just didn't really go my way. So I'm not really like pursuing gold by any means. I think if it comes naturally, I'm 100% going to take it, but I'm not going to be pushing for it and stuff. Instead, I'm just going to be looking for like tough competitors at this point. Regardless of the gold is on the line, because my goal is not going to be to become a Cage Titans champion. My goal is to be the best in the world someday. And I don't think maybe the gold will add a little marketing aspect to the way my career could go, but I think I'll get more value out of just fighting whoever a tough guy is now at this point, instead of pursuing a belt, you know?
Fair enough. And when you're ready to return, do you have anybody on your radar that you're looking at as far as opponents?
I mean, there's always options. I think I put myself in a decent position where there is going to be a couple options. I faced off with Jeff Joy in September, and we were supposed to fight in November. Whole crazy turn of events happened. He pulled out, and then I tried to still try to get it going, but then I hurt myself. So I don't think that fight was ever supposed to happen at that time. But it's a new year, new me. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Jeff's always there. I know he's got a fight in late February. We'll see how he does. But anybody can get it. You know, I need somebody that's going to be incrementally better than the last. So anybody that's on that trajectory, kind of like I am right now, we'll see.
So looking for like contender series levels kind of guys, whatever can get you to the next step.
That's kind of the direction that it has to go. You know what I mean? I kind of, if you look at my history of opponents, it kind of has been a slope of a like competition level. You know what I mean? So I want to stay on that path. I think that's the key to success, is staying on that path and constantly taking those tougher battles. So yeah, I want someone that's tough as fuck. You know what I mean?
Definitely. All right, man. I think that was all the questions I had for you today. Is there anything you want to say before we sign off?
I'll just give a couple shout outs. Shout out to all my teammates, my training partners, my coaches, sponsors as well. Thank you everyone at Lowe's MMA, BTT, Mom's Basement, soon to be New England Cartel. I can't wait to get working with you guys. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you having me on, brother.
Thank you, Andrew. I'll catch you later, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Have a great day.